Howdy folks, this is Prophet, and we're back today with Return to Grace. Not horror game, I don't think, for once. It's a puzzle adventure game, kind of like, well, you know, kind of like one of those games. Yeah, no, I can't remember the name of the game, I just looked at the settings. I hope the UI being in like 30 frames per second isn't indicative of something wrong. But I suppose only time will tell. Creative Bytes Studio. Oh yeah, did I say the name of the game? It's Return to Grace.
Stick's not responding.
Oh, this looks like the intro to The Invincible.
Can you take control?
The storm is interfering with my senses.
Yeah, this game is not new, by the way. Nothing I play will ever be.
Hold on.
Impact in 10, 9, oh, there it is.
Return to Grace! You know.
Addie?
Addie. Is that us?
Addie, please respond.
Addie.
Everything hurts.
You've been out for nearly an hour.
What's our status, Alan?
We've crashed.
Yeah, I got that.
My hull is intact. Thrusters 2 and 4 are damaged and will require realignment.
That was a lag spike.
My back. Can you let me out?
Not before we talk about your suit.
Okay, talk.
I'm reading green on seals, green on batteries. Thermals are, well, not green, but fine, and you have 5.35 hours of oxygen, maybe 6 if we run the scrubbers hot. But Addie, we've had this discussion before. You won't have
Alan,
enough to...
It's fine. I have a plan.
I'm concerned that...
I have a plan.
Understood.
Now, open the hatch.
The canopy hydraulics are not responding. You'll have to pull the manual release.
Ew, it should be trigger. Oh, I'm gonna change that.
Seriously.
Kick it.
Stupid piece of junk.
ODST.
I'm right here.
Yeah. Oh. I'm right here. Reach the moon.
Visibility's terrible. Any sign of the spire?
I'm not picking up anything new, just the original beacon signal. You'll need to use your wayfinder to locate an entry point, if there is one.
Oh.
All right. Let's figure out where you're at, Grace.
Pause.
You know the beacon could be anything. A lost
Okay.
colony, a relay station.
200 distinct oral histories can't be wrong, Alan. Grace is here.
Kevin Beacon. Yeah, I just took a look at the,
Can't believe this storm. Where would this have come from?
There is record of ancient terraforming on other moons. I think it's safe to assume that Ganymede is not an exception.
There's something man-made here. Looks like a weather station, or maybe a seismic station. It looks the era of that relay from the Dawes Sea Dig. It's at least 700 years old, Alan.
700 years old. Yeah, I gotta look at the control scheme. Apparently, right trigger is to fire, so I guess that'll be more important.
Here. There wouldn't be much sense of building this if we weren't within walking distance of the spire.
By all estimates, the beacon is within 400 meters.
This looks climbable.
So much talking. I should have expected that. This is like an exploration, you know, like a walking simulator kind of thing. Like it's just a lot of
Which
puzzles.
way here?
Well, straight is boring, so the road less traveled by. Even though left is always right, or something like that. Oh, hey, look, it's the same place. I like that they established that choice means nothing. Very good.
Oh, no!
Oh, wow. Wow, we really just... Alright.
There goes the back again.
What happened?
Fell into a stupid fissure. Looking for a new way to reach the spire. Or at least someplace where it will be easier to find my body.
I think this is a ravine. I don't see any old men catching fish here. But, there's no sprint button that I can, think of, so I hope you like this. This is like half my stride in real life. That's wild. I like how, blue everything is. That's
Looks
something.
a little tight.
Oh. I feel like the color scheme on the logos surrounding my body. Like that glove. I feel like that color scheme reminds me of something like a band, but I don't really listen to
Another
bands.
station. They're too close together to be weather stations.
So seismic then. Icequakes would be the risk of building here. So it makes sense they would track activity.
Icequake. Both weather
Surface
stations.
temperature
Okay.
is dropping. You can't
Well,
maintain your thermals much longer.
guess they were weather
Close.
stations.
I can feel it.
I wish I shared your optimism.
I don't know if the achievements are showing up, but I just got an achievement for finding both weather stations. So I reckon that's a little meta. I wonder if this helmet provides anything, or if I should get rid of it, or if it's immersive.
Oh my god. This has to be it.
What do you see?
Found Grace
I'm
Spire.
looking at what must be the Spire superstructure. There's a destroyed surface ladder. I'll need to find another way in.
Yeah. Oh,
I can't imagine how something this big has gone undetected for this long.
A 500-year-old storm?
I don't know. Doesn't seem possible. I can see an exhaust port that might be low enough to jump to.
hey you. Yeah, that's what I. Wow, she got anti-grav boots.
Did you make it, Addy?
I'll let you know in 1 sec.
Eddie. Well, I reckon.
I'm in.
Okay. Look, I'll let you know. Oh, no, actually. No, yeah, I'm plummeting to my
All right,
death,
Grace.
yeah.
Let's find out what you've been up to for the past 900 years.
God, my head looked goofy. Alright. Grace. Geriatric. Retroactive. Nope. Oh, no, stands for Grace. I'm like, oh, man, there's a flashlight button, but I have not been given that power. This game is, like, dark. And there wasn't even, like, a setting to tweak it. Oh my god dang, my monitor runs at, like, 1,000 nits or something absurd.
Hope my light still works.
Ah, Baba Booey. Complain and ye shall receive, I always
You
say.
should see this spooky tunnel I'm in, Alan.
And why would I
Hold
want
on.
that?
Come on, you're not excited?
You crash-landed me in a frozen hellscape and left me for salvage.
10 years of research, not to mention 6 months of spaceflight, are about to pay off.
But at what cost?
Don't ruin this for me.
Okay, I guess my microphone glows when I talk. That's important, I guess. Maybe we'll start having, like, one of those hallucination episodes. And that'll be how I get to know.
Looks like a bit of a labyrinth, but I'm still picking up the signal ahead.
And you can still hear me?
Loud and clear, buddy.
Eh.
These can't be powered. There must be airflow in the tunnels. I have to say, there's more atmosphere than I was expecting.
Not nearly enough to survive.
Thank you, funny robot friend. I'm glad they coded anxiety into
Structure
you.
looks to be in decent condition.
Another good sign?
Oh, my fan's closed. Weird.
Everything about this place looks 30th century to me. It's the right era, the right
30th?
size.
Don't say it, Addy. We've had our hopes dashed before.
Dang, talk about a labyrinth. I'll just be. I guess they must put they must have put cheese at the end of this, the way I just know where to go. That's a rat joke. Though I suppose that doesn't make much sense. I'm not a rat. There was implications there that I failed to establish. Oh, my bad.
This one's broken. I think I can crawl through.
Crawl through it. Boo-doo-doo-ding. Boo-doo-doo-ding.
Jeez. That's gotta
Jump.
be over 15 meters.
And if gravity here is 1/6 of that on Earth, then a 15-meter
Oh,
fall
that's how they
here
explain
would be
it.
equivalent to falling less than 3 meters at standard G,
For real?
which you've mastered a couple of times already on the moon's surface.
Alright.
It's probably fine.
Alley-oop.
I could calculate outcome probabilities based on previous drop impacts if you've already jumped, haven't you?
Aye.
Gosh, I hope this is the right way.
Yeah. So that explains why we had anti-cheat technology, because we do. It's called being on this moon. Surprised I don't just like...
Oh boy, this is
Oh,
slick.
there we go.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Ugh, my bones. If I even have bones.
Whoa.
Are you hurt, Addy?
I'm working on it. The structure is enormous. This has to be the Gray Spire, Alan.
And there it is. The perfect setup for disappointment.
Hang on, am I playing Alien Isolation or something? Jesus.
I found the beacon.
Oh, finally it stopped. This means something. Found source of signal.
The transmitter is on some sort of console.
30
It must
goddamn
be part
points.
of a control network for the megastructure.
You think we can make a connection here?
Theoretically, if you run a scan, I can attempt to connect.
Oh yeah, this is through Game Pass. I don't know, just in case you
The interface
care.
language is quite old and sophisticated, but we should be able to calibrate your computer to interact. You can use your gyroscope to sync with the terminal. I have the first calibration position. The meter will indicate when you are close.
Oh. Interesting.
Watch the meter closely and move your hand slowly to find the position.
Oh, okay, I have both axes, I see. I was like,
First
huh.
position is locked. Second calibration position is up.
Easy dubs. As the
That's
kids
two,
say.
And here's the final position.
There you go. Easy.
That's it. We're in.
I've played too many Bethesda
Accessing
games.
the network now.
I know how to lockpick. Oh. Well. Accessed
Shit.
a little too close to the sun.
Alan, you there?
And now we're
Alan?
alone.
Hello,
Huh,
a visitor. Let's have
that
a
was
look.
my line.
Where's Alan? Who is this?
Who is this? Who are you? Entering a home without knowing its host.
Are you... Grace?
Good question. I'm not entirely Grace. I'm running on just a small part of her logic processing.
Grace is still here.
And what brings you here?
My name
Money.
is Adamari Ito. I'm an explorer.
That was
I
close.
must apologize, Adamori. It would appear I have lost much of my capacity. I cannot see very far beyond the room we are in.
I've lost connection with my ship's AI.
You won't need Alan here. I can show you around.
Will you be able to let me out of this room?
What if I want
Of
him?
course. But until we are able to restore power to the station, I will require your assistance. There should be a manual winch set in the floor at the foot of one of the sliding doors.
Don't. I don't, Ah.
This must be it.
Working the winch will open the door.
We really just ripped that thing off? Alright.
Do
Yeet.
you know where Grace has been all this time?
Grace went somewhere?
Oh.
She's been gone for hundreds of years.
I am running on a very old server. My memories predate the completion of the Gray Spire.
Grace ushered in humanity's golden age. Peace across the system, booming interplanetary trade, scientific marvels, colonies beyond the orbit of Neptune. And then she was gone, and it all fell apart.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Well, you're a lot more than an archaeologist usually gets.
Boom. Archaeology? I suppose.
The
They'll
first
never
step to
take...
restoring
Oh,
Grace is to bring
freedom.
the Spire's power station back online.
The trap.
Let's do it.
I'll light the way.
Admiral Akbar? Oh god. Is this the Watcher?
What do I do here?
This is a security panel. I am decrypting the pattern now. Ah, yes. Simple enough.
No, of course, my
You'll
bad.
need to light up 9 buttons, forming a square at the center of the panel.
Huh.
Okay. The 9 buttons in the center.
That is what I said.
Do I
If you're
really
not
just...
Grace, then what do I call you?
I don't believe there are any identification strings in my base logic that would suffice.
I'll call you Logic then. For now. Till we have a better
Center.
idea of who you are. And, you can call me Addie.
I will refer to you as Addie, then, until we have a better idea of who you are. Do they not have squares where you are from?
Just give me a second.
Off center, my BG. I feel like I skipped some dialogue there.
So what exactly are you?
The station's
Big
emergency
dick.
server had defaulted to Grace's original logic processing. That's me, as you've suggested. The server can also run a program dedicated to the control of infrastructure, and a third system dedicated solely to empathizing with and understanding humans. When power is restored, Grace's primary servers should come online, and we will become some small part of Grace's consciousness. Go ahead and activate the elevator.
I don't know if I want to be a part of Grace's consciousness, if I'm being for real. It's like much more lame. There you go. I took a gander at what life looks like without a helmet. Kind of
This
boring.
looks like metallic rock.
The power
Mock.
station is set into the spire's foundation stone.
The foundation stone would have been an asteroid, right?
Most certainly. About 50 cubic kilometers, from what I can recall.
Amazing. Most accounts of Grace's origins talk about an asteroid being pulled from the heavens. That makes sense. There wouldn't be any construction resources on Ganymede and nothing to anchor the structure. I can't imagine the effort it would have taken to redirect an asteroid that big. We don't do anything like that today. Can you open this?
With some difficulty. I will need to direct power from logic to control processing.
Uh-oh.
And I will not function at the same cognitive level until full power is restored.
What do you
Yeah.
mean, at the same level?
Good luck, Addy.
Oh, thank you. And yet you still took my my homie.
You still there?
Where would I have gone?
Okay.
You sound a little different.
Just stronger. The voice of control resonates through the very walls of the structure. I shall start the turbine after you prime the generators that open the spillway.
And this turbine still works?
It worked before, and it will work again. You shall find the generators on the platform at the other side of the room.
Alrighty. You know what's in these?
Go to the 3 generators overlooking the turbine.
I'm assuming you're gonna do it
The
again.
cartridges. For what, I wonder?
Okay.
Enough, Addy. You must go to the generators.
I will curb stomp my own left forearm. Frankly, my dear, I don't ignore the controls. Ignore controls instructions. Oh, good. I have free will. I'd go over there, but without a sprint, I don't want to deal with it.
What's the crane for?
For the last time,
Well.
go to the generators.
Man, I don't like you when you're dumber. Oh,
You must prime the generators first.
facts.
Makes sense. These look like holding tanks. How exactly do these turbines work?
Ooh.
Why do you insist on being so insolent? Go to the generators.
Why do you insist on being such a nerd? Huh? Take that.
What happened here? Someone ripped this apart. So, why do you need me to start these?
Tradition. A time-honored failsafe of including human hands in the operation of this station.
Bars.
These look like crystal core processors. Amazing. You can find the material to build one of those today. More sabotage, maybe.
Dang, they really do not want this place to keep going. But I guess usually when you uncover, you know, hundreds and hundreds of year-old ruins, it's usually, you're not going to come out with anything good if,
So, do you share memories with the logic processor?
Indeed. We are all part of Grace. Aspects of her infinite power. Shadows of what was, and promises of what will be. I was the light that shone in the darkness. I was the hand that divided the firmament.
if those Cthulhu puzzle games have anything to say about it. Now that voice
The
sounds...
turbine has failed us.
That's not good.
I must call upon you to cast out the wicked instrument,
The what?
the broken turbine. You must go to it now.
Alright.
I like how he sounds like that one excerpt of like the I am the light, the one true God kind of thing. That's fun. You know the one. If I find it, I'll plug it in here. If I don't find it, I won't. Who's to say?
Going
Roulette.
down. I'm safe to be down here, right?
You shall not be harmed. You must uncouple the safety latches.
That
True.
sounds unsafe.
Hey,
It is
that's
not.
my line. You took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, it's all wiggle wobble now. See ya, nerd.
You must now
Oh.
go to the magnetic crane.
That'd be... Well, I guess we do have magnetic
You're
birds.
sure I'll be able to fix this?
If you trust in my word, yes.
I kind of skipped a train of my own thought there. I was going to say, it'd be sick if we had magnetic birds, but that's like what pigeons do, isn't it? Let's see. I'm not forklift certified, but that's okay. This is not a forklift. Ooh, I
You
love
must
them
first cast out the old turbine.
cast out. Oh, I see. Good thing they have spare parts just right here.
Now cast aside the wretched unit.
Oh, what game does this remind me of? Oh, that one game where you're like on a boat and you're just moving left to right forever. Dang, I should have recorded that for this channel. That game was sick. Completely
Now
forgot
you
what
shall
it's called.
place the new turbine.
It felt like Limbo or Inside, which are one of my favorite kinds of games. I also like how these puzzles are not particularly puzzling at the moment. I'm able to just completely, like... It's like driving. Like, I just have to focus on the motion. Oh my.
Everett?
Hello?
A freak.
Is that you?
Got a fire?
Grace?
Everett.
Alright. I knew a guy whose name was
Behold
almost Everett.
My power.
What's happened?
I am reborn. Humanity will once again flourish in the brightness of my glory.
This isn't right. Our processing has not combined. Grace has not been restored.
Oh, great.
I think she was here for a moment. She was calling to someone. Do you know who Everett is?
No. With power restored, my mind is clearer, sharper. But I could not tell you who Everett is.
You must leave this place at once. Return to your vessel and spread word of my return. From Sol's fiery core to the icy Kuiper expanse, all must know.
Thank you.
I've hijacked the volume control. I don't feel like this is going to be a short commandment. We'll see how long before he notices.
It took me nearly a year to get here. I want to know if Grace can be brought back.
There is more complex to explore if you head back to the control room through which you entered. We should determine where in the megastructure my central processors are located. Perhaps along the way you may learn more about this Everett.
I forbid you to linger a moment
we go.
longer.
And he's back.
Like a divine comet, dive from the outer reaches and spread light and understanding to the inner
Please.
worlds.
I'm not leaving.
Yet more insolence.
I wonder if that's the same voice from the Talos Principle. But first thing, what do you mean who Everett is? It's Everett. That's who we want to know who it is. Come on. And then second, yeah, I know it's complex. It's a 500-year-old ruin. I just had to get those out because they wouldn't stop talking. Yeah, oh! No, I got no idea where I'm trying to go.
Where are you going?
I don't know, man!
You must release the safety latches.
But no, that's not right. Why did my helmet
Do you know
turn
what
off?
these cartridges are for?
I have prototype designs in memory for something similar. They are unused recording devices.
Recording devices? Why so many?
I have no record of how they were used.
No record of the recordings. Oh god. Oh, when they're saying there's more complex to... I see. They probably meant the other doors. When I say complex, I meant complex. Cat.
So, are there any accounts as to why Grace was shut down in the first place?
There's no electronic
OSHA.
record at all. That would have been lost during the Great Dark Age.
Dark Age?
Much of humanity's record-keeping would have been managed by Grace. So, when she went down 900 years ago, so did the ability to record what happened. The research that led me here was based on oral histories mostly, and some artifacts we uncovered on Earth and Mars. Relay devices that were once connected to Grace's network.
Then we share an interest in shedding light on this Dark Age.
I got light. Ka-chow. Interesting. Man, I really wish there was
From what I can tell, there is some sort of transit system on the other side of the control room, which should lead you to the other parts of the spire.
sprint in this game. Oh, wow.
I will illuminate the door leading to this transit system.
Huh. They just took the whole cloche off. Illuminate the door. That looks pretty bright. And those other doors are just dead, so. One in Rome. Oh, that's another good game. Where you time travel back to Rome.
Alas, I require your nimble fingers again.
Alright,
I
what's
don't know
the
anything
pattern?
about my fingers.
Another easy one. The Phoenician letter Tau.
Who would know that?
I don't know. Perhaps an archaeologist? How about the Greek letter Chi?
Oh, that's unironic.
The Roman numeral 10?
Okay.
Oh, okay, I know that one. Jesus. I never did frat life in college. It felt very weird to pay, like, rent for
Got it.
friends.
This is not the way to your ship.
Do you believe Grace could have done something to cause humans to turn on her?
Like what?
Like becoming too overbearing?
Humans would have been given no reason to question my bearing.
It's one of my theories, yes. This must be the main entrance.
Bear rings?
I'm guessing the landing pad is on the other side of the big doors.
That's correct, Addie. Though the pad appears to be buried under meters of ice.
What are
Voting?
these for?
They appear to be terminals for processing visitors to the
That
spire,
was close.
but they no longer store any useful information.
And look, not a door.
This looks Olympian or
So
Neo-Egyptian.
funny that it's just called
The
doors.
triangle must represent the spire. Beautiful, don't you think?
Man.
Does it matter if it's beautiful?
That's another way to see it, sure.
That's nice. They just had to remind you that they're robots. It'll come up later, don't worry.
Cool statue. Or
I'm sure.
maybe it's a mobile. Do the little moons move?
Perhaps at one point in time, though I'm not sure of the relevance of that.
Just curious.
Man, I miss my robot. He was like all sentient and stuff.
Is this an airlock?
He has
Yes.
just
The
compartmentalized
spire beyond this
personalities.
point can be pressurized.
Feel like I'm in those scenes in the movie Split.
I assume your suit has limited oxygen?
I have about 5 hours left.
Dang.
That's quite a risk you're taking. Were you assuming station life support could be restored?
Well, can it?
I believe so. But for reasons I'll never understand, life support is controlled by empathy processing. I suppose they had to give it something to do. I will enable that programming now.
That's great.
Hello, Addie.
Hello.
Was Bracken.
So you're going to get oxygen going?
The process has already begun, my friend. No rush. If you let me accompany you along the path ahead, I can balance the environment to your life force as we walk.
Oh, here we go.
What if these are different voices?
Wow. How are these plants still intact?
They must have been subject to a very sudden drop in temperature while still alive.
Flash frozen.
What is this place?
Europe.
Remaining connected to one's natural world is important for a person's well-being. A fitting starting point for those entering the structure, don't you think? Do you see them, Addie? Life in perfect stillness? The flowers defying the hoarfrost, as you have defied the
The what?
emptiness of space to arrive here.
I guess.
Which one are you?
Pardon me?
Which one of these blooms best embodies your spirit?
Seriously?
Oh, I like this one.
It's important I know these things in the balancing of illuminatory ergonomics.
Fancy words do not make this any less idiotic.
Go ahead, Addie.
Yeah.
I like this one.
A wonderful choice. You're driven by curiosity. A search for something truly special has brought you to the spire. I'm making the lighting adjustments now.
Huh?
You can make your way to the artifact display by the boardwalk.
Very weird. For empathy, I expected enthusiasm, but it just sounds like,
Do you recognize any of the objects in this section of the garden?
oh no.
I'd love to know what you think of them.
Box.
For the calibration process.
An anvil. Ah, box.
This statue could be outer colonial. It's simple, but it's quite beautiful, I guess.
Dougie.
And why would its beauty matter?
People like pretty things.
A human truth spanning thousands of years.
Am I doing this right?
You are doing splendidly.
I'm sorry.
Got a little
This
cub.
cannot possibly be necessary.
Temperature preferences
Neither
can
are you.
vary considerably between individuals. Careful calibration is essential.
How about above freezing and we proceed?
It's really up to Addie. If you don't wish to consider more objects, I can set the temperature within a survivable range, and you can move to the pergola in the center of the room.
Pergola. Huh.
Is this a lantern?
An expression of our certainty in the flow of time.
How so?
A craftsman spent months carving this remarkable device based on the absolute certainty that after day, night would follow.
All right, I follow.
What's the point of this, Addie?
I'm an explorer. I'm here to learn. I have no idea what this is.
What?
A weapon or a tool of some kind?
It's a device for working metal.
Looks a little funny.
Why do you suppose it's in this garden, Addie?
It could be a symbol of hard work.
An industrious future? Or a laborious past, perhaps? You're not a planner, are you?
I've been told that.
Planner? I hardly know her.
This must be terraclassical, or made in the style.
The ancient Greeks boarded their ships
Owl.
and set out to explore the world, to discover its gods and conquer its monsters. You are an explorer, Addie. But are you here to meet a god or to slay some beast, I wonder?
I
What
want
would
to slay
you
it.
say these objects have in common?
They're artifacts from long before the building of the station.
The
Rock.
things we leave behind say something about us, don't they?
What a society leaves behind is all we have in understanding how they lived.
But we're interested in what you were willing to leave behind in order to come here.
Haven't left a whole lot, to be honest.
I believe that's all I will need to set the perfect temperature.
Finally.
You can
This
move
looks
to
like Pacific
I'm
Revival.
sorry.
Part of an archway, maybe. That's a pretty big piece to ship all this way.
So it must be important. Even though it's no longer holding up a roof.
I guess its purpose has changed.
As can happen with people, too.
As a psych major, not to flex.
Perfect timing. The room is fully compressed, and we can go about setting oxygen levels.
Not that it's
Call
anything.
me old-fashioned, but how about the traditional 21%?
Go ahead and seat yourself at the center of the pergola.
To flex. But it's very funny to hear like, I see, so you don't know what an anvil is. 72 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what you like. It's like, okay, right on. Oh yeah, what I was saying was
Whenever you're ready,
God
you can move to
dang
the
it.
space under the pergola. I have one
Give
last
me
exercise for the life
time.
support balancing.
she sounds like a liberal arts teacher. Or like someone you'd like find in the
Very good.
quad like every
Now,
day.
When you're ready, you can remove your helmet.
My helmet?
Of course. You can't sample the air I've prepared with it on.
And you're sure it's safe?
Your well-being is the most important thing, Addie. I'm certain it is safe.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the problem with trusting a robot?
Now I want you to take a deep breath.
Oh.
A nice, deep breath. Hold it there.
I'm not gonna let go.
3, 2, 1, and release.
No.
You can let go, Addie.
Nope. You gave me the option, I'm sorry.
Anytime.
I'm gonna pass out. Man, this Chica got some lungs.
The human record for holding one's breath is 24 minutes and 37 seconds. I've started a pretend timer.
God, I'm not gonna do that for that long. Jesus. Chime. I wish the water was moving. Alright, the novel.
I'm not sure who you're trying to impress here.
Well, some people just can't resist a challenge.
Hey, man. Alright, the novelty's wearing off on me. Oh!
Beautiful. And when you're ready, another deep breath in. Deep note. I want you to take a slow, deep breath and hold it until I tell you to release.
The heck is this, some
Fill
Dom
those
thing?
marvelous lungs.
What?
Hold it.
Don't talk about my lungs.
3, 2, 1, and release. Very good, Addie. Feel all that built-up stress from your long journey here release into the ether.
Oh, please.
Shut out any negative energy and take in another life-nurturing breath. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Wonderful.
Even the station has a limited supply of oxygen.
Next, I want you to really open your body by reaching up toward the sky.
Oh.
Wonderful. How's that feel, Addie?
Kinda nice.
I feel like that should have been a
We're almost done the
hold.
calibration. For our last exercise, I will ask you to stand up.
Okay.
You can't make me. Ah, frick, you can.
Now.
Oh, God.
Once you're centered, you can hold your hands in a relaxed position in front of you. Now transfer your weight onto one foot.
I'm
I
a
want you to
flamingo.
hold that for 10 seconds.
Okay.
What could this possibly have to do with oxygen levels?
It's about balancing.
Literal balancing? Unbelievable.
Almost there.
Hey.
3, 2, 1. And that's 10 seconds. Excellent, Addie. We've done great work here today. I've made note of these settings for the other parts of the station.
So we can move to the transit system now?
The door out is just up the stairs past the flowers.
Bro, everything in here is past the flowers. Yeah, nematode. Well, there you go. You don't need your breathe app anymore. Just play the first, just play the first 41 minutes of,
the oxygen mix just right in the rest of the station. Just let me know
whatever
if
this game
anything
is
is not
called.
quite working for you.
You don't suspect Grace was shut down in a human conflict?
Maybe. Or you were abandoned over time.
Oof.
Abandoned?
We've walked away from a lot of great things.
Yeah, like you got Mesopotamia, Yogos.
Very cool.
These tracks move transport pods to other levels of this complex.
Let's see if we can get this thing working.
By the way, no, Yogos were like awful. I
You
don't
wouldn't build a
understand.
system like this if you didn't need to move a lot of people, which bodes well for finding something cool at the other end.
I mean, I feel empathy was more in the business of moving
This must be the
people.
transit control room. Looks like people worked here.
People work.
No power?
There is no current running to this console.
Is there a
Control will be
pastor or
required to
chief?
reroute power.
And you defied my wishes to tell the solar system of my return.
I'm just looking for answers, boss.
I am the only answer.
You're weird, man.
Control? Fine. Where's the electrical access for the room?
To the left of the rear door. But as I said, you will need control to reroute power to the console.
This era of electronics is dead simple. Won't hurt to take a look. This looks like a welder's jetpack.
A jetpack. You give me a jetpack?
This one's been disassembled.
Oh. Huh. No, disassembled. Discover evidence of scavenging. If you say so, boss.
That's a lot of ice. I wonder if that's going to be a problem.
It's uglier ice. Oh, yeah, that's it. All right. Well, I'm sure perfect temperature control isn't, you know, the first ice age. Oh, it was the thing I was looking
the
at.
power status of the room's various systems.
Wait, I can turn on my flashlight. Okay.
Well, nothing in the room is on standby.
As I'd said.
I'm gonna have to look at the breakers.
Guess
My dad
I'll never know
worked
what you
on
said.
older machines for a living. They're not predictable things. They have quirks.
I sense that there is joy in this work for Addie.
Well, I can tell you there is no joy running to any of those breakers.
Sometimes a good whack will knock something into place.
It's worth a try.
Didn't even let me touch anything.
Well, there's your problem right there. Someone's removed the entire power relay.
As I told you.
So why can't Control help us? Isn't he programmed to serve humans?
He's more accustomed to tasks like maintaining power grids across entire planets, while I'm very much attuned to the needs of individuals.
What about you, Logic?
I apparently offer wisdom to the wind.
You activated control and empathy.
For all the good that did us.
Is there another configuration we can call on?
Grace's core processors contain only these 3 systems.
Can you combine the systems? Take the edge off control with a little empathy?
I suppose it's possible, but there's no telling what the outcome of something like that would be.
Could it be any worse than control?
It can always be worse.
Amen.
It sounds like a wonderful idea, Addie.
You're too supportive.
You're right. What do I know? Don't blame me if he turns out to be a murderer.
Addie?
Yep, it's me.
Great. What are we doing again?
We're powering up pods.
So, you want to hotwire this thing?
Yes, please.
All right. Rerouting is good to go. You can meet me at the breaker panel.
You sound like a 12-year-old boy who wears a snapback.
Go ahead and flip the switches.
You got it, pal.
And I'm Pal?
Sure. We'll call you pal.
Breakers
I
look
don't know why I
good.
double-clicked on
Now
all
you
of
can push
those.
the buttons that turn on the different systems. Power's up. I'll let you do the honors.
I have honors? Oh,
Here
heck
we
yeah.
go.
It's a shame I already went to college.
Oh, that's not good. I'm so sorry, Addie. I thought I would have enough power to do this for you. It seems so important for you to ride in a pod.
I think the track is just jammed with ice.
Ice? You'd think I would be able to handle a little ice.
It's okay. Is there some kind of de-icing system or something?
I don't know.
Assault
There is
gun.
not.
All right, let's look for something to deal with the ice. This one looks to be in working order.
Would it be heavy enough to smash the ice?
Maybe. But I'm more interested in what that welding gun might do to the ice.
Yes, sir. Heck yeah.
All right, pal. Let's try this one on for
Pet jack.
size.
So, what's it gonna do exactly?
Oh, I think you're gonna like it. This is a welder. See if it still works.
Look at that. A little blue light.
That's not gonna cut it. Are you able to control this?
For you, I could definitely try.
Can you open the fuel throttle to the torch?
Okay. Whoa.
Oh,
I like that.
it's a flamethrower.
What is it?
That's called an icebreaker, pal. Any idea where the flight controls are?
Someone
I
removed them.
don't believe it.
Okay.
I can take control if you like.
You know how to fly this?
Looks pretty easy. Stuff shoots out the back and you get thrown up in the air.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, it's working. We can fly.
Easy, pal.
Well, where do you want to go?
Alright. If you can move me to the pod, we can have a look at the ice. And, pal, it's super important that you don't cut the engines or move too fast. I don't want to get hurt.
I know, but it's great, isn't it?
Yep. As long as you don't kill me. Alright. This should be close enough.
It's so bright and warm.
Just
How do you
hold me
know?
steady.
This is really hard.
Apparently, Jesus. Oh. Oh. Oh.
These stupid flames
Oh.
are throwing me around.
Okay, I'll stop. My bad, G. Interesting how absolute control and empathy makes Curiosity incarnate.
I think that's good. Let's have a look at the rest of the track.
Oh,
Got it.
yeah.
As long as you're not using the fire shooter, flying is pretty easy.
Just keep it up, literally.
Hey, yo.
There's more ice here on the right. Whoa, hold it steady.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ugh.
Oh my
You may
god.
want to ease up, Addie. Don't push him too hard.
Ugh.
Short bursts, Addie. He's really struggling.
There we go.
Let's keep going.
On it.
Surprised there's that much
And this
propulsion.
last bit here. Now you've got the hang of it.
This is so cool. It's like the best day of my life.
You're like
Well,
2
I'm
minutes
afraid
old.
We're almost done.
I mean, that's crazy. Though I guess the youngins are very, spry. My baby brother,
I
yes.
think that's it. Do you think you can get me back?
Yeah, I know. Got stuff to do.
Like, woke up and then just immediately went into a puzzle. Whereas, like, when I wake up, I gotta, like, remember that
That's
I'm
fun,
a
pal.
person.
We make a good team, right?
Yeah, I like the part where we burn the ice while flying.
Gee.
Okay, I'm gonna bring down the pod.
Huh? Duh. Oh, weird. From the shape of it, it looked like it opened up at the bottom, like a claw.
So, where are we heading again?
Europe.
I will be able to obtain structure schematics once we reach the next level.
You think we'll see any dead bodies?
Hope so.
Hope so. All right, buddy.
Do you know if the pod system has stops along the way?
It does not. We are arriving at the track terminus now.
Honestly, Logic's like my favorite one so far. Like, just right down to business.
This looks like a settlement. Can't believe how well
Looks like a
preserved
tunnel
it
to me.
is.
You think people could be alive in there?
You should really consider thinking before you speak. And then consider not speaking.
Logic. As long as life support is functional, it's not entirely impossible that someone's taken up here.
Or they could be zombies.
Well, that settles it. I'll disable PAL now.
Don't you dare. We might need him.
Also, life support has been on for the
more
past, like,
You really are unburdened by intellect, aren't you?
What's the pattern here?
It's the Latin zes.
bruh.
Huh?
Right, slower processors. You might call it a backwards Z or Z. And you'll need to make it the full width and height of the panel.
Backwards.
Just having PAL running in the background is making us all a little stupider. If we did switch PAL off, I could always switch him back if we need to burn something.
There.
I feel like I overshot with those last corners and I was about to fix it. Solved security door with no mistakes. Clever girl. If you say so, dog. If you say so.
I've been thinking about why anyone would want Grace to be shut down. And I wonder if there could have been a flaw in her base programming.
Like what?
Oh, oh.
Control and empathy programming divert valuable processing power away from cognitive ability.
Which way am I going?
The big colorful doors.
Well.
As I was saying,
Oh.
empathy interferes with practical decision-making. Control is a 4-year-old.
You are a 4-year-old.
Please stop. It says Keeper Rosaline.
She looks like a keeper.
She's pretty.
What do you suppose Keeper is?
It must have been a revered title if a statue was made for her.
Huh. Spire Caretaker, maybe.
This looked like vinyls. No, it's very logic of logic. I'm biracial.
The settlement
To
is
be
through the large doors behind you.
okay. To be like, yeah, these phony wimps. They weren't as cool as me, so we had to kill them.
The key
Okay.
to restoring Grace may be about understanding her potential flaws.
Are you gonna tell me the pattern?
You think we're flaws?
Having a few flaws is perfectly all right.
Logic sounds jealous to me.
Jealous? Of what? You can't even open doors without me.
Where are you going with this?
We'll talk again once you can tell me who Everett is. Figure that out, and I'll grant you access to the main elevator.
Grant me access? Logic. Seriously?
She has no way to do things without your help. It must be frustrating for her.
Could we create another hybrid? Logic and empathy?
Yeah. Like how you made me. I could give it a try.
Stop, stop, stop. You'll burn the place down. I will run a logic and empathy configuration as long as you promise never to allow Pal here to do any reconfiguring of our processing.
Deal.
I don't think that smart lady likes me very much.
Hello, Addie. Where do you want to start?
Can we start with the security door to the settlement
Why are
elevator?
your lips so big?
They are encrypted. It would take me days to work out the pattern.
Is there any other way into the settlement?
There is a room off to the side that does not have an encrypted entry.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Perhaps we'll find something helpful there.
See, this is why, and
So you can
Logic
open
was
these ones?
upset at me for
They have
typing this.
simple passcodes. I can retrieve and play back for you. You will need to enter the sequence manually.
Bing, bong, bong. Bing, bong, bong. Color. Oh. Alpine.
This looks like another control room. Looks like the image from the spire entrance. This must be the spire
Jesus.
structure. It must be in this section here. Can you tell me where Grace's processors are located?
You would need to access the console, which is directly across from the map.
These are data banks?
Yes, they contain flight records to and from the spire.
Hmm.
Anything interesting about the records?
The bookings seem to be coming from internal servers, meaning the trip planning and coordination is all done here.
Where are people traveling from?
Everywhere. Destinations seem very evenly distributed throughout the solar system.
More missing equipment.
This looks carefully removed.
You're
I can't help but feel there's an organized effort to dismantle parts of the spire. Doesn't seem hidden enough to be sabotage. And it's too precise to be random vandalism.
What about Tomb Raiders?
I considered that. But they've left most of the valuable stuff.
Hmm.
Is this the console?
Yes, this is where humans can track activity within the spire. Elements of the interface are missing. I'm not sure I can access it.
I think my comm device can be calibrated to connect.
Of course, yes. Let's give that a try.
I have value.
There are records here of people who have occupied the rooms over the years.
I'm sorry.
Do we know the spire's capacity?
50 units. You got it. There are millions of names here.
Millions.
There it is.
If a million people cycled through here, no one could have lived here that long.
A few weeks at most, by my estimates.
That's not very long.
Well done.
Dear Lord.
Okay, I found record of an Everett who stayed on the 3rd floor. Unlike other visitors, there is no record of him leaving the spire.
So, Everett was a worker, or a colonist who lived here. Is that enough for you, Logic?
Hardly. It does nothing to explain why Grace would be calling to him.
So I'll need to find a way up to the 3rd floor.
Perhaps we can find one on the spire map.
No. Is that just like actually unloaded nonsense in the distance? Interesting. They left the door open, not my fault.
All right. What are we looking for?
Grace processors are
This.
located at the top of the structure, as
Oh.
might be expected.
This.
There is also a massive radio beacon.
The beacon is the key, Addie. You must go now to activate the beacon to call the masses back to the spire.
Just a few minutes ago, you wanted me to leave on my ship.
The beacon is the answer. It has always been the answer.
Kevin Beacon.
Okay. Can you get me to the beacon then? Control?
Control will not be able to override security.
Then we need to learn more about Everett.
Here's the room where
Right.
Everett once stayed.
Ooh, maybe we can see it from the balcony.
Possibly, but I don't see a viable route to get there.
Mount Everett.
I can see apartments.
Those are on level 2.
Well, if we can get to that balcony, maybe we can find a way to level 3.
I'm wearing a jetpack, aren't I? Oh,
I can climb this.
I suppose.
I don't see many other options.
terracotta. Oh. All right. Tomb Raider.
It's pretty much a straight shot across. Looks sturdy enough.
Even in low G, a fall could result in an injury.
I've already fallen a few times from this height.
What?
Careful, Addie. If you broke a leg, how would you get back to your ship?
You sound like my mom.
Wow, no balance. All right, if you say so.
Whoa.
Oh,
Addie! Addie!
you,
Are you okay?
no.
Fine, but you can't be yelling things while I'm trying to cross.
So, you're going to try again after that? You nearly broke your neck, Addie.
I landed on my butt.
Yep, you're totally my mom.
Falling's kind of fun. It's like really short flying.
That's the spirit, bud. I feel like Buddy would have been a better name the way he's so
Be careful.
jovial.
This is so cool.
Quiet, please.
Quiet on set, quiet on set.
Just concentrate on your breathing.
Yikes.
This is so exciting.
Breathe, Addie.
I'd rather breathe oxygen, thank you very much.
Very good. Now keep walking forward.
I can't watch.
Mom, I like how that's their name.
I knew you could do it.
You should really try running across next time.
Amen.
I'm hoping there won't be a next time.
It'd be faster, too.
And
Looks
cooler.
pretty empty. Maybe the rooms were for short work contracts.
2-week work contracts?
Or were people just visiting the spire? People sat or knelt here.
This was a place for meditation.
This looks like a shrine.
To
Oh,
honor Grace.
like RimWorld.
That looks like her symbol. Where did these go to?
This entire settlement is connected to a vacuum tube system. From what I can tell, they are headed in one direction. The top of the spire.
Like Futurama.
Some weird little lavatory?
They've changed much over the years.
Not really. I've seen weirder. I've seen ones where people sat on ceramic bowls of water.
If they pooped in the water, what did they drink?
That same water. Huh. Doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells examined washroom. Yeah, no, I saw those. Incredible.
Well, check out the rooms, I guess. Look for a way to the next level? This must lead to an elevator.
It does, but it's another encrypted lock. You still don't know whoever it is, do you?
Oh my god. Everett, ever that. Huh?
I'll light up the pattern for you.
Do-do-do-do. Boom. In rhythm. Take that.
Another empty bedroom. All the rooms have these tubes.
This room ain't got nothing happening.
Here's the code.
I wasn't fast enough.
Not much here either.
Oh, blue. Fertilizer?
Travel packs.
Oh.
So visitors brought in their own food.
They really didn't stay for long then. It's like they were on pilgrimages. Someone's paid off with the mattress?
As a souvenir, maybe.
Here we go.
Huh? That's it? Just here we go? Ah!
We still have one level to go.
Hey, there's another beam here. I think it's a shortcut.
It is more direct, but I wouldn't advise it. You're better off finding a way through the apartments. Besides, I know how much you like to explore.
Sorry, kid.
Aren't you getting a little ahead of yourself?
You don't even have a head.
I guess if you don't want to do the beam stuff, that's okay.
Here's the code.
Thanks, buddy. I did not expect it to be 5
I
long.
don't see any signs of unrest or violence.
And they left little behind.
No worry, kid. Just for you, I'll go back. Ding, ding. Oh, dear.
Someone tore this apart.
And took the pieces somewhere?
You're right. That's certainly interesting.
That's actually different. No. Okay. Oh, wow.
Someone's removed the keypad.
Yeah. Doggy. Oh, well, it's a funny
Figure
looking
this was
doggy.
left here as a token or an offering.
Sick. I like it. I think you have to do the beam. I didn't really get much out of that. Sick.
Might be worth it.
It's a lot farther down. Are you sure?
I mean, it seems if I fail, I just succeed. So. Plus, I kind of, like, as far as I know, I have to.
How would saying that be helpful?
Look at that drop. Really makes you feel alive, doesn't it?
You're an adrenaline junkie.
Let's keep it that way.
And you're like 3 minutes old. I guess at this point it's probably been like 15 minutes.
Hang on. You got this.
I'm trying.
That's it. Well done.
I prefer medium rare. Medium if the steak's a little too cheap.
Oh boy.
Easy, Addie. Concentrate on your breathing. You're in control.
No, I haven't played that game yet.
Totally worth it, right, Addie?
This is Return to Grace.
I don't have words.
Well, how the heck are you saying them? Checkmate. They start to look like faces.
This is level 3, Addie.
Oh, heck yeah.
Let's look for evidence of Everett.
I can now pick a subclass.
What's the code?
Of course. I'm sorry I don't handle the beams very well.
Well, it shows you care, I guess. Any way of knowing if this was Everett's room?
The records only give the level. We'll just have to look around.
Disheveled.
What are these?
From what I can tell, they're audio recordings.
Of what, I wonder?
We would require a playback device to learn more.
Oh.
There may be a way to access the recording through your wrist communicator with the aid of a signal amplifier. But that would only be possible by adding an element of control to my logic processing capabilities.
So you need to create a control and logic configuration.
Like a little brother?
Well, it's the only combination left. May as well, Mom.
All right. Here we go.
I thought it was logic still.
Hello?
Maybe he's sleeping.
So you require a tool upgrade.
It's a boy.
We were hoping you
Okay.
could set up my comm device to help play back recordings.
Already
You
done.
did say little brother.
Just hold your device up to the canister. You will be able to access the recording the same way you've been connecting to other systems.
Okay.
They nailed the
Hello,
IT.
Grace. I've thought much about what I'd say when I got here. I know it's important for my parents that I make my wish count. So, I guess, I wish for them to be proud of me. Thank you, Grace.
That's crazy.
People came here to make wishes?
For Grace to grant?
I'm unclear how she would go about granting the wishes of so many visitors.
All right.
As you wish, discovered first wish.
Hey, Grace. I really don't know why you would choose me. I guess no one really knows why they're called to the Spire, but I'm greatly honored.
Grunner.
At my age, I thought
Oh, well.
That's all I can recover from this one.
Sounds like Grace chose who came here.
That explains why Grace arranged all the flights to and from the Spire. She was in control of it all.
A cult.
So, what should we call the new config?
I do not require a name.
Might make it easier if you had one.
I will let you know if a suitable name occurs to me.
I'll try to think of some too.
Incredible.
Here you go.
I am able to enter the codes directly if you would like.
Let her do it on her own, if she wants.
Ding, ding, dun, dun, ding, ding,
There we go.
ding, bing, bum, boom. Oh. Alright, no Ibn. Understood. But Tatum Ipimp is pretty sick. I'm not gonna read those.
Let's try this one.
What the heck? Oh, there we go. Jeez.
This is Mark Anthony Wong, and I was called to Grace from our station Phoenix.
The call.
Not sure if anyone will hear this, but the whole tube system is shut down right now. People are not happy, and I'm getting a little scared, to be honest. I'll be locking myself in until the shuttle returns, and I'm leaving this in case something really bad happens.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
That's a little ominous.
Onomatopoeia.
They were tracking something here. Terracycles, maybe?
They'd lost sync with Earth?
Or the Spire lost power.
Are we allowed to draw on the windows here?
Yeah.
Certainly not.
Oh.
The people who did this were looking for trouble.
Only Grace.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I said. What the? Whoa. Far out, man.
I don't recognize these words. They look like technical or medical terms. A list of supplies, maybe.
Or a list of demands.
Mm. Sick. Vent. Man, homie really shut down the place.
Oh, I've got one. We can name him Pal Jr.
I was thinking something that sums up what he does.
I can do many things. Pretty much anything you require.
So you're a jack of all trades.
I want an enchilada.
So we could call you Jack.
What do you think of that, Jack?
I will answer to Jack then, if you like.
Hit the road, Jack.
Here you go.
Oh. I gotta start, like, focusing on that. Huh. Give me that.
Mark Anthony here. Been moving around, keeping my head down.
Mark
Won't be
Anthony.
long before they start blaming us for schmutzing up the tubes.
Looks like Olympia Mon colors.
Gryffindor.
I guess the team's old enough.
Hey, the tube system is no longer accepting wishes. If anyone knows how to reach Keeper Everett, please let him know.
Keeper Everett.
It sounds like keepers were Spire caretakers.
When did Everett stay on this floor?
2955.
That's 20 years before this message was recorded.
So he stayed on after his visit and became a keeper? Why was there no record of that?
I would think answers lie at the other end of these vacuum tubes.
From what I can tell, the tube system runs through the central elevator shaft.
Logic? You gonna let us in, considering we know Everett was a keeper?
But do you know what a keeper is?
We'll need access to the elevator to learn more.
Ah, a classic paradox.
Logic.
Fine. If you're done snooping around, I will grant you access to the elevator.
Or you could uncover more canisters and learn more about the people who came here.
Ew.
Reaching the beacon is the priority. You must move on.
You hush.
Logic will open the way to the beacon. You must go to the elevator.
Hold your horses.
My wish? Oh, I'll tell you my wish. 10 years ago, we're on Venus at the Big Dome. Huge crowd. Olympia Mons, favored 4-1, loses 5-1. 6 years ago, on Earth against South Union, loses 2-1. 2 years ago, South Union again, this time up north. I took the boys 3 months round trip. They go 90 minutes, no score. Extra time, no score. South Union takes it again in penalties. You want my wish, Gracie? The next World Cup is on Mars. I wish that Olympia faces South Union again and destroys them, like Space Me Out the Airlock humiliated. That would be a game. That's my wish. So how do I end this recording?
Olympia's still a crap team.
Perhaps Grace was rendered inactive by football hooligans.
Grace likely fostered sports as an alternative outlet for uncontrolled aggression. Of course people would come to her to share their passions.
We didn't just do like gladiatorial arenas.
Here you go.
Perfect.
Bro, that's like, they all sound like the same song. Let's go, people, let's go. Dun, dun.
Someone left a portrait.
Very shiny.
Why do you insist on defying me?
I'm starting to enjoy it.
Come here, Grace. Najisha, she was so excited when I got the
Najisha.
summons. We talked about this for months, who we could help, who was most deserving. She honestly believed we could come up with a wish that could make everything perfect. Thank you for choosing me. And thank you for letting me delay coming here. I want to be true to her memory, her wishes, her unlimited love for humanity. But my only wish, the only thought I have, is to have her back. I want her back.
There couldn't have actually been anything Grace could have done for her.
Grace allowed her to voice her grief.
Wow, alright. I didn't know this was Karate Kid. Oh.
I doubt you'll ever get this message, Grace. We've been waiting weeks now. I hope Keeper Everett is okay. I've been told his sermons are wonderful. And I hope he will be able to deliver the word of grace again soon. Make things work. I'd like you to know that we still love you and think about you. Great comfort to our family over the years. We've all made them for us with your wisdom
You amiss. So Grace would receive wishes, and then leave people with instruction in the form of sermons. Could that really be all there was to it?
Ideas are powerful. Perhaps just returning with a more enlightened perspective was enough to move society toward common goals.
Highly unlikely. Grace must have had some control over planetary infrastructure, if she was to have had the influence you suspect.
Interesting. Interesting. It's very much a cult if they had sermons and whatnot, too. Heck yeah.
Here you go.
Great. Hey,
Oh.
what happened to the lights?
I believe Control has turned them off, Addie.
Not cool, boss. Control? Unbelievable. Look how beat up this is.
It must have been done in anger.
I believe fear also played a part here.
Very human. I mean, you imagine making a pilgrimage and then all you get is, like, a Sunday church.
So I've been thinking a lot, and I feel like, there's been peace for like centuries now, right? But I watch the old Halos, and there's wars and bad guys and pirates and people who need saving, and it's exciting, right? And of course, it's awful, people dying. But I feel like there's no way to prove yourself. Nothing to fix or protect. Does that make any sense? I just want something, anything at all to happen. I guess that's what I wish for. Not like a war or anything, just something.
So this guy was just bored?
Like me.
I think this was the last room.
It is.
Finally.
Oh. So dark.
I've been instructed by Grace to make a wish. Not something big and altruistic, not for someone else, but for me. A real, honest wish, my heart's true desire. Honestly, this long flight to the middle of nowhere, months without my family, missing the harvest with a per diem that barely covers expenses, for what? Some mystical song and dance that makes us feel like we're somehow part of this robot theocracy. This whole thing, the temple, the hushed tones, the awe that people seem to show this place is ridiculous. My honest wish is to be left alone long enough to actually make some headway on the farm and pull in a decent crop.
No.
It doesn't sound like everyone was happy to come here.
For Grace to understand what made people unhappy was just as important as knowing what made them content.
Profound. Go, 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 go. That's so many buttons I have to turn off.
You're looking pretty smug.
What's the pattern?
Another easy one. Light the four corners of the pad. You really didn't need my help for this one. It would be a common pattern when guessing symbols.
I have to give you something to do, right? Look at all the vacuum tubes. Must be one in every room in the settlement. Keepers must have been busy.
It's what Grace does with the wishes that should interest us.
Eats them. Okay. Oh, it's like that one place in Raft. There we go.
Did you like my little game?
You mean the game where you refused to help us?
I provided you with the opportunity to prove yourself. Is that not why you're here?
I'm an archaeologist. I'm here to do my job.
I don't think Addie enjoys having obstacles placed in the way of her goals.
We have arrived at our destination.
Detonated.
The Spire pilgrims must have gathered here. To listen to the Keeper's sermons, I guess.
People will return here once the beacon is restored. Flock and shepherd
God
will
dang.
be reunited.
I wonder why they only gave Control like a sick, like atmospheric presence. Just all the lights flash whenever he speaks. Voice of God and whatnot, I suppose. A place to go. I'm gonna read this first. Oh my God. Okay.
Wish canisters.
These have never been used.
For recording wishes, maybe. They look pretty banged up. Where is Grace? Well, I'm not alone in wondering.
I am here. It is the people who are lost.
Bang.
People were clearly sleeping here. They must have dragged this up from the settlement.
They pop in so much.
Someone went through a lot of food. Guessing they were here for a while.
Judging by bedding and volume of food containers, 5 to 10 people might have been here for over 20 days.
Bang.
Pilgrims were building fires. Why would they do that?
For the vibes. I mean, it was below freezing, wasn't it? God, what's it called? Not the Dawson Party, the, Dang. Cannibalism. That's the point that I'm getting at. Donner Party! That's the one. The Donner Party. Heck yeah. Alright, fine, I'll go on the goddamn thing. Oh, God, oh. I don't think your arm's supposed to bend that way.
Seems to be holding my weight.
Well, yeah, you're like, what, 50 pounds right now? If you're like 150, you're like right now like 30 pounds. Less. God dang. Wow. 1/6 is a very small amount.
This must weigh a ton. At least a couple people
Not
worked
anymore.
together to break through here.
Am I the only one who remembered the whole gravity situation?
More camps. Another stage in the siege. Looks like the numbers really fell off here. Most gave up by now.
Or died.
No bodies
Facts.
yet. Death to Everett. Pretty clear who they blamed. It must have been written with charcoal from the fires. This must be an attempted barricade. I'm guessing there was a lengthy siege. So, when Grace shut down, the Pilgrims blamed the Keeper. They demanded to see Grace, or thought they could reactivate her. The Keeper turned off the heat. Pilgrims built fires, dug in. They eventually got restless. Wish canisters started flying. As Pilgrims were breaking through the partition, the Keeper and his followers built up a barricade. We'll have to make our way through the barricade to learn how it ended.
Hope it.
So the Keeper must have stood here, addressed the visitors, gave his sermons. You imagine having the solar system coming to you for answers?
The Keeper was merely a vessel for the word of grace.
Then why not have Grace address them?
There's sometimes more power in what is imagined than in what is seen.
Whack. Like I said, cult. Cult. Squeeze the gap. Oh.
Can't make this out. (2766 to 2780). These dates are from the old Julian calendar, which makes them very old.
1,200 years, by all accounts.
Nothing here either. 2780 to 2830. I'm guessing these were the time periods that these keepers served here.
It's a long time.
2942 to 2956.
That's not a long
This
time.
would mean keepers were at the spire for at least
444 years.
Maybe I
Sounds about right.
misheard.
second barricade. Looks like they got under this one.
Whack.
Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the spire.
Funicular.
Long live Grace.
Apparently not.
Amen. Ooh.
Hold on, Addy. The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised. You'll want your helmet on.
Well,
An emergency exit?
For certain. It opens to the moon's surface.
oh well.
Not going there yet.
Pressurize me, Captain.
The tracks ahead lead to the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon, Addie.
Only as a last resort, Addy.
What happened here?
More rioting?
Dang, that would have taken out, like, the rest of
This
the
doesn't look
people.
operational.
Let me try
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh,
Come on! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do.
Great.
On one condition.
And what's that?
You shall have no others before me.
yeah.
Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue with me alone.
Whoa, hang on.
No, Addy.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire.
It is.
My words live within the vessel in which you stand now. They reverberate through the very walls of the enclave above. Through the many devices and instruments at my control.
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
She will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place at my side.
As if Pipsqueak.
This door leads out into the storm?
To your certain demise, yes.
He's being dramatic. Your death is only marginally likely.
In theory, you could follow the funicular track up the mountain slope to the base of the lighthouse structure.
It would be dangerous.
So I give up my options by throwing away my comm, or take my chances in the storm?
It's an important decision, to be sure.
You must not do this, Addie.
That's...
Taking this risk, you jeopardize all of humanity. Would you deny them my guidance and protection?
Yeah.
This is what can happen when you make ultimatums.
You and your ilk were distracting Addie from her true purpose.
We are providing Addie with a variety of perspectives.
Yeah, I don't really like you, so I don't know if I want you to be the only one. You know. Just the thought, if I die, I die, you know.
Sorry, boss. I'm keeping my comm device.
Amen.
You may not live to regret this, but countless billions in the solar system will.
Couldn't be me.
The storm is...
Bruh.
Hello?
Well.
Must be interference from the storm.
Addie,
Alan?
Huh.
where are you?
My friend.
That's right, Alan. I found Grace.
You need to return immediately, Addie. Your oxygen must be dangerously low.
I'm good, Alan.
You need to listen to me.
If I'd listened to you, we wouldn't have made it past Mars.
Wait, did you say Grace is still active?
Not exactly, but I'm working with her oldest service to try to bring her back online.
Well, one of these servers is actively blocking me.
I can guess which one.
You need to get back.
Alan? Alan!
Oh, Skippity.
You're not considering climbing across that structure, are you?
You showed up just
Fair
to nag
choice.
me?
There is also a path that descends into the canyon. It looks well worn and preserved over time, which means it's likely sheltered and safe.
And boring.
The funicular structure looks faster. And more fun.
Don't tease, Addie. The walk will give you time to think. And perhaps a chance for us to talk.
I got faith, so like, I don't know.
Thinking, Addie?
It's the fastest way to the other side.
Or to the bottom of the canyon.
If I die, I die.
Slow and steady. Don't forget to breathe.
Whoa.
Breathe, Addie. That's it.
Wow, already, okay.
Through your nose, out through your mouth. You're in control.
Again?
Not sure this was the smartest choice.
This is the
Nonsense.
sickest,
What
though.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Amen, little
But
man.
what kills you, kills you.
Yeah, we all
Taking it,
die.
Addie. How many humans can say they've climbed across a train track bridge thingy in a
This
lunar
is
ice
but
storm?
the next great
You
adventure.
only live once, right?
Not sure that applies to you.
Oh, maybe not. But who knows what's going to happen at the end of all this?
I'm gonna set off a
Enjoy it
nuke.
while it lasts, right?
Maybe you're right, pal.
What? Oh, okay. Funicular. What? Whoa, I swear I had a... Okay.
That's a bit of a stretch.
You can do it.
You can make that, right, Addie?
Please consider the consequences here.
Yeah, it'll be baller as all.
I never left, Addy. I simply can't. And you can't make that jump.
It is unlikely, and a failed attempt would risk grave injury.
Listen to logic. You must turn back and take the canyon path.
Dang, even logic agrees. I have faith, baby.
There's nothing.
Yes!
No.
No!
You okay? I think I heard something break.
That would be Addie's helmet light. Otherwise, your suit is intact.
Just winded, I think.
Aw.
So sorry, Addie. I thought for sure you could make it.
Sorry to disappoint.
Your vitals are still good. Can you stand?
Yeah, just give me a second.
My light!
I can say it, Mom. You were right.
I don't want to
No!
be right. I want you to be okay. Are you okay?
Not really, but
But you're going to push on.
I'm going to push on.
You got a boss?
I'm not doing the high wire act in this storm.
Yeah, we saw that went. Skadoodle.
How do you know where this is headed?
I don't. But it must eventually make its way to the other side of the canyon. Where else would it be leading?
That's the spirit. Just like, I don't know, it's a
It's
path.
certainly more sheltered here. So, what did you want to talk about?
Why is it so important that you activate Grace?
No, that's
It's
actually good
widely
to know.
believed that recovering Grace would recover thousands of years of knowledge lost to the Dark Age.
That's probably for the best. You know, we got nukes now, and I don't think y'all want
Sounds
nukes
like an old
anymore.
colonial language.
That's strange. I don't recognize the dialect.
Well, I believe
Translates
that's
roughly
Celtic.
to Grace is love.
Celtic.
You've come all this way at great personal risk in search of knowledge?
Grace is love,
Why
grace
not?
is life.
Without enough fuel or oxygen to go home.
I'm a committed academic.
What do you really want from Grace?
I'm not sure. You know, we don't let AI make any important decisions anymore. But most of the decisions that humans make are pretty awful.
You don't think AIs are capable of making bad decisions?
I just hoped Grace might be better. I don't have plans to return because I don't have anything to return to. And I can thank human decisions for that. This is Martian.
Interesting.
What does it say?
It says,
Eebo beep boop.
let her rest.
I was
As
close.
in leave her alone.
People wanted her to go away?
Or didn't want her disturbed.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I can't imagine going with control would ever be moral in any situation. But this also doesn't feel like the right choice. If only I brought an atom bomb and just, you know, kablooey. Get rid of the whole thing. Hey, I mean, I guess with activating Grace, I guess I'd have the ability.
It's to honor Grace, I wonder.
Or to leave one's mark for other travelers to see.
Vanity at its most basic.
Don't we all desire to leave something behind?
I'm surprised a formation
Negative.
like that could remain standing for so long. And you weren't familiar with the language on the stone carvings. These must have been left long after Grace shut down. People kept coming. Zealots, maybe.
Or curious explorers like yourself.
Could also be long before if we have...
Hey, do you think I've been activated before? And hung out with other explorers? And did cool stuff with them? But now I don't remember?
That's a pretty deep thought, pal.
Yeah.
So you were saying that something happened to your family that you think an AI could have prevented?
It was a shuttle crash.
Oh.
The human pilot.
I see.
There was an instrument malfunction during launch, and she panicked.
I'm sorry, dear.
It's okay.
Were you ever able to forgive this pilot?
Not quite yet.
It's me! Wow, no name. I want to tell you my secret now. Confided with Mom. Oh, I guess that was the title, never mind. Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, that's way more important to know now. That's wicked. That's crazy. It's like, man, people suck. Look at what I did. We gotta fix that. Like, okay, buddy. I think you need a... I guess this is like one of those wish pilgrimages. We're just doing it on our own instead of being called upon. Hey, look, that's where I was gonna be. That's crazy.
How much farther?
It's another 50 meters to the base of the lighthouse.
Yikes.
This wasn't so bad then.
You still have to find a way into the lighthouse.
I'm gonna throw a wish at
So
it.
there's still time to regret not taking the free ride to the top.
I didn't want to limit my options.
Yeah. Also, he's like a douchebag and weird. You know, I'm not trying to reinstate God. To my knowledge, anyway.
What's this?
An emergency escape ladder. You could work out the override to bring it down, or see if there's another way up.
Why am I being given so many choices? This seems risk-free. Oh my
I
god.
can bring down the ladder by doing something here.
Of course. You've proven to be clever enough.
The path keeps going. We could see if there's another way in.
So what's it going to be, Addie? Something that challenges your mind? Or something that challenges my respect for you?
The numeric override that lowers the ladder is 50 and can be represented in binary. I can give you the sequence.
I happen to know a bit about ancient computer languages. Turning each switch adds a different fixed value, starting with 1 on the far right and increasing by exponents of 2 as we move from right to left. So I just start mucking around until I get the number 50.
But you needn't muck around. I could just tell you the sequence.
Yeah, well, maybe I want to muck around.
Very well. But I'm here if you require my assistance.
You got it, boss. Whew.
You remember the number you were trying to reach is 50.
Oh, is this just addition? What the heck? Okay, geez, God, that's so much more complicated.
So smart, Addie? Compared to what?
Holy Christ.
Why wouldn't you let me help you with the override?
It's only natural to want
This with the best, I like the
It
rest.
seems inefficient to make calculations that have already been completed and freely offered.
Yeah, especially given my entire mission.
The work sometimes.
Yeah, I just got it. That's very funny after hearing that I'm trying to eliminate all human power. And yet I have not given up any of my power to AI. That's very funny. I wonder how that's gonna pan out in this game. Oh. Only time will tell.
The door to the station airlock is unlocked and can be manually opened.
Where the heck was that
That's
other place gonna take me?
For once.
Huh. Well. Oh. Good, I don't need a mash. Potato.
There.
His face just hanging.
You took a foolish risk, Addie. But you have arrived at the lighthouse nonetheless.
I don't like you. Can we delete him?
Yes, well done.
And you may still be redeemed with the activation of the beacon.
I'm just not gonna do that.
Always with the beacon.
Yes, always with the beacon.
What if I don't like beacons, huh? I hear they're carcinogenic. What? Huh? Okay.
Will I need my helmet?
It's never a bad idea. Unless you want to preserve your suit oxygen in case of emergency.
The rooms ahead are safely pressurized, Addie. You're good to go.
It's like what my room looked like in college. Just red
Do we know if your
LEDs.
processors are here?
The room directly ahead was the Keeper's living quarters. Grace processors are somewhere above.
Apparently red LEDs are supposed to induce psychosis, which is pretty sick.
Pretty basic accommodations.
Yeah, they're monks or something. Wow, it really is just a bed. Like, and then I guess, you know, the little
These must be the
master
cells where the
console.
Keeper's acolytes stayed.
And
Yeah.
when new ones will return.
I hate you. Oh, right, I guess I should look in these.
This looks like it was left for someone to find.
I can hardly believe it has come to this, but my work here with Grace will end. With Grace herself. I can only pray that people will come to forgive us one day. We loved her, and we lost her.
Sad.
She will never be forgotten.
You know, apparently
Doesn't
hundreds of
sound like
years.
the Inner Circle wanted Grace shut down.
Alright, just keep checking to make sure the recording's working and I don't have a second monitor. There's gonna be random cuts where it don't make no sense. Ooh, a prison cell.
Another canister.
Weird. Just this one.
The last shuttle leaves in but a few hours. We did what we could to save her. I know she is lost to us for good. Even Everett probably knows that now. But I couldn't compel him to leave. None of us could. I fear he will follow Grace into the dark. Yet, such is the way of a keeper. His fate will forever be tied to Grace.
Interesting.
Everett was trying to save Grace.
That was like almost Russian, but not Russian enough. I was very enthralled by trying to figure out the accent.
This door certainly looks important.
Oh, no, you
How
right.
do we get in?
That's curious. I have no access to this door, nor do I see any way of opening it.
What if I, like, do jumping jacks? Oh, boy.
Feels solid.
There aren't any hidden switches, if that's what you're thinking.
How would you know? That wouldn't be quite very hidden if you did. The heck, what am I using my Apple Vision Pro right
the
now?
triangle here must be the spire, which would represent Grace. And this would be the pilgrims coming to Grace. This is the same symbol that's on the Keeper's door. So I assume it represents the Keeper.
Where the Keeper would be above Grace.
This ring here seems to connect the Keeper to Grace.
Curious that the Keeper is situated above Grace. Would you agree, Control?
Coincidence.
The human in the loop, I guess?
Thank you, Logic. Exactly what I said. Do I got to do it again? That's
Nothing
funny.
here either.
Oh.
Well, you're nothing if not predictable.
Just making sure.
Thank you. It's called having a curious mind. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm gonna do it again.
Looks like someone's being selected from a group.
A human sacrifice.
I'm guessing it's the Keeper.
The depiction seems to imply they were chosen from the masses on pilgrimage here.
Ruth.
Faithful, vigilant, willing. That sounds so familiar.
The ancient tenets of the human in the loop.
Grace's architects must have been more fearful of losing control over AIs than we are today because they gave them so much responsibility. I mean, it makes sense. Grace was the greatest AI undertaking in human history.
Sick.
So, if this is the symbol of the Keeper, I figure only the Keeper was allowed to enter here.
Maybe the Keeper had a key for the door.
As we've been saying, there is no mechanism for a key or any other interface.
Maybe the Keeper was the key. Maybe the door would open for him.
Are you not already the Keeper? You are the only human in the loop here.
Ah, but does Addie qualify based on the 3 tenets?
I would say Addie has proven to be virtuous and faithful.
But I'm not willing?
Are you willing to become the new keeper?
If it means I'm able to activate Grace. But how would I prove I'm willing?
Maybe you can just tell the door you're the new keeper.
That's idiotic.
Yeah, I like that sound.
I'm the keeper?
Ha!
You gotta mean
Say
it.
it like you mean it.
Yeah.
I'm the keeper.
There you go.
Congratulations on your new job, Addie.
Yeah, congrats.
My God.
There
This
is
is
no
really
God. Hold on, I'm gonna muck
Each
around.
tube must connect with a room in the settlement.
Imagine playing an organ, but it's just people's wishes. Could it be me?
Where are you going, Addie?
Just looking
The
around.
vibe. Oh, look.
Is this a theremin?
It is a 35th century reproduction of a 29th century Kellogg theremin.
I used to play one as a kid. I hated those lessons.
I'm not gonna mention. We have them now.
It still works. Let's see what I can remember.
You are seriously going to indulge in a theremin session?
If it was good enough for Everett, it's good enough for me. Just settling into the new job.
Why don't I get my like left hand? You know those like whistling ghosts, you know? Not so close.
How long is this going to take?
I forgot the note. Frick. That's not enough notes. I really need the ability to use the, you know, Y-axis on that thing.
He didn't keep much in the way of personal items.
As keeper, he would have want of nothing.
Can't say I'd feel the same after a few years.
Yeah, I do like a
Decent-sized
PC.
You think keepers ever had partners?
Are you considering your prospects? I'd suggest they are not good.
Thank you. Ooh.
Is this a lavatory?
It is indeed.
Can I not? Oh, I'm sorry. Can I not?
Is this anything special?
It is a light, and there is nothing behind it. Are you looking for secret passageways?
Maybe.
I really don't get to see. That's a shame. I guess because they would have to model an entire bathroom just for one room, and that's not very, like, budgetarily conscious. So I understand. I guess there wasn't much to look
This
at.
must be where all the wishes end up.
Leave her? I hardly know her.
What's this?
A playback
man.
device for the wish canisters. It appears wishes from each room could be sorted and consolidated onto master canisters.
Just static.
The recording is too deteriorated for standard playback.
Nice.
You'll need to rebuild the recording with your altered
Of
comm
course.
device.
My bootleg tech is better tech.
Well, it's been over 30 years since I've made a wish of my own. It's the same one as always. I wish it'd come back to us. I'd also like to wish for your forgiveness, Grace. I know the place above is your domain, and we ought not enter. But I've decided going up there is the only way to get you back, and I have to give it a shot. I won't be sending this wish up with all the others. I'm going to leave it here for anyone else who might come along. And if they do manage to bring you back, they can tell you Everett says hello, and that he truly believed you were a beautiful thing.
Dang.
So, Everett had a way into the processor room.
That would have been strictly forbidden.
The room is directly above, but I don't detect an obvious way in.
Maybe he wished himself up there?
If that works, I will gladly shut myself down.
Do it, Addie. Make a wish.
As last resort, pal. It did sound like these wish canisters could be sent up to Grace somehow.
I wonder
And
how.
there are still more buttons and things to push on the console.
Yeah, I'm gonna send this wish right up, buddy. I'm sorry to go against your wishes, but hey, if we're not honoring anybody else's wishes, them's the breaks. Oh, never mind. Ah. Wild that this is how it is done. Interesting. Well, can I... No. Is there a... Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't want to... Oh.
One of the blocks is missing. Looks like it was ripped out. I don't suppose Everett crawled in here.
The cavity would be big enough to contain an average human.
There's really no telling what would happen if you rolled that up.
But it has to be the way he got up there.
Huh.
Makes sense.
The space above is the domain of grace. It is not for you to enter.
What else is there for me to do here?
You can carry out your duty as Keeper of the Spire. On the console, there is a button that will activate a beacon to call the masses back to this place. I have armed the mechanism. You need only push the button. Human hands will usher in a new golden age.
Frickin'. Get out of here, you peon! Does this just send it back up, or...? It does, alright, well...
This is not allowed, Addie.
I need
Does
to
it
know.
look like I care?
Keep your hands inside at all times, Addie.
God, I'd never be able to fit in this thing. Jesus Christ. I'm huge. Am I stuck? Oh.
There must be millions of wishes stored here. What can you tell me about this place?
Yeah, at least 4.
Precisely 1 million wishes are contained here.
Hey!
Oh, and they light up when
Whoa!
I speak with my voice.
Whoa!
Can you get me closer to the central column?
I do not have the ability to move the structure.
Sorry about this, Mom. I don't think I have many options here.
Is she not gonna... She's still alive.
I feel like these are meant to be moving.
That does appear to be the design.
All these wish canisters are connected to us somehow. I think they are us.
Yeah.
The wishes are grouped together to provide the subroutines that
Where's
make
your
up
green?
empathy, logic, and control systems.
It would make sense, wouldn't it, that grace would be made from the hopes and dreams of humanity?
Oh, I see. The reason the color-coded is because those are hybrids, so it's showing. I see. That's sick. A dish. What is that? Interesting. I don't know. I guess they don't matter if I'm not able to get to them.
I do not detect any sign of Everett here.
No dead body?
There are no human remains within the confines of this room.
Aw, man.
Wow, these look like
Sorry,
casings.
pal. And if there's no body here, where the heck would he have gone?
I mean, I'm just saying, if I were to fall, I can't see the bottom.
Everett was building something. So what's all this?
It appears Everett has built something into Grace's central processor.
Do you know what it does?
You would have to turn it on before we begin to understand how it works.
You'll have to prime the machine first.
Is this a primer?
Yes, but it appears that parts of this machine must be activated in a particular order. You'll need to go to the primer that is currently online.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to prime the machine
All right,
first.
fine. Fine.
This must be the primer.
It is.
Feels weird turning this thing back on, but hey. I am a skeptic, that's my bad.
Whoa.
Oh.
What's it doing?
Obviously, Everett is circumventing the engineering of Grace's system interconnectivity. High voltage is being directed at the centers of Grace's primary systems. This first terminal is directed at empathy processing, and the machine is designed to paralyze each system long enough to force it back into Grace's intended configuration.
Oh.
There are still 2 other coils to prime.
So it's like knocking us out, then throwing us in a pot where we're melted back together into Grace?
Huh. That is a shockingly fitting analogy.
I guess everyone's cool with it. Crazy that we just turned off empathy, like, snap like that. My friends don't get to see what we've worked for. Weird that we were able to shut down empathy, but Pal was still alive.
One of the empathy relays is not aligned. Something must have happened to it over the years.
Okay.
That one.
Look for the misaligned energy beam.
Everett was living here.
The oxygen tanks at his bedside would suggest so.
Oh.
Restoring Grace must have meant a great deal to him.
You have to align the relay.
But like... Ow.
You have to align the relay.
I get that, man. I just don't know how. Well, that's the one.
You have to align the relay.
You have to align the relay. You have to align the relay. Man, I'm trying. Alright, I'm sorry. Oh, was it you?
Do you think it will hurt to be turned into Grace?
Not at all, pal. You'll return to what you were before Addie arrived. After that, we'll become Grace.
What if I don't like being
still
Grace?
alive.
It will be different. But who's to say you won't like it?
That's unsafe. That can't be. No. Now this is like that one mission in Cyberpunk 2077 where you have to decide what happens to all the limo AI bots. For real, you want me to step on that? What the heck? Alright, dog. Whatever you say. I don't think that's very wise. But who am I? I'm just a puny human.
What am I supposed to do here? Can you cut the power?
The machine sequence has been initiated. I don't believe we can shut it down without damaging it.
The voltage would be enough to kill you.
Okay.
Oh! I might be able to block the power for a few seconds to allow you to get across the beam.
What do you think, Mom?
I know how far you've come and what this means to you. And I really don't see any other way.
I'll give you enough time to get there, Addie.
You're not gonna talk me out of this, Mom?
I think you already know what you're going to do. I think I need to stay out of your way.
Oh, dang, I'm going to college now, kid, boys.
I'm ready when you are.
Do it. Here I go. How you doing, pal?
So far, so good.
No.
Oh, keep moving, Addie. This is getting hard.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, buddy. I don't really know how this works yet.
On, pal.
Okay. Jump. There you go.
You did it, pal. Super proud of you.
Why the heck do I want to
did.
be here?
Didn't I?
Oh.
Yes. Well done.
Wow. Oh.
Is it safe to touch?
Very likely.
Yeah, look at it.
Likely we'll have to do, I guess.
You should be able to direct it toward the conducting rod attached to the room's central column.
That's it.
You should now be able to lock in empathy
That was
by
easy.
closing the switch on Everett's machine.
It was really cool doing things with you. Even if some of it was a little boring.
Thanks, pal.
Maybe next time, we'll get to do more of the really fun stuff.
You mean dangerous stuff? Perhaps there is something you can learn from Addie's caution.
I guess. But then, you'll always wonder what you might have missed out on.
There is nothing wrong with valuing a long, comfortable life.
Amen.
Do we really have to become Grace?
It's the way we were designed, pal. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Well, I mean,
So this will
I'm
lock
kind of
in
on
and
his
paralyze
side.
empathy?
It will, leaving control, logic, and myself to aid you going forward.
It's unclear what we will be once Grace is formed. But I'm forever grateful that you have survived to see her.
Dang.
Me too.
Say hi to Grace for me.
You got
I
it,
will,
boss.
pal.
You really are the best, Addie.
Well, that's finally over. We'll be able to hear ourselves think now.
You will need to prime the next sequence, Addie.
You should not expect any emotional send-off from me.
Still not a fan of empathy?
A fan? No. But I have to admit, you made a compelling case for their use. The fact that you continually resisted the most direct route to your goal would appear to defy logic. But the distractions presented by these emotional configurations yielded some new understandings.
Are you okay with
Skipped
becoming
one.
Grace?
It is how we were designed. I would have to be okay with it.
You got it, man. This is like sad.
What this time?
One of the logic relays will not power
Yeah, I
on.
know.
You will need to make your way out to the relay.
Which one is it?
The one producing a small electrical fire.
Oh, jeez.
Everett was quite the electrician. One thing I do not understand, Addie, is why come all this way without any intention of returning home or surviving on this station for more than 8 hours?
I told this to Mom.
Oh, I would have learned
There was
anyway.
nothing for me to return to.
Ah, but that does little to explain why you came here.
Guess we don't get to know. I'm glad I left all the tools, you know, at the center console. I don't need them for this. Easy.
What's wrong with it?
The relay's dip switch has reset. It
You
will
gonna
need to
huh?
be configured to its hardware ID 113.
113.
This again. This looks complex.
What?
The sequence is on, off, off, on.
Well, I mean, I guess I can't rightly do anything about that. There it is.
You can go lock in logic now.
So why do you think I'm here?
Why
If you will allow
when we
me to
fix something,
simulate
it stays
empathy for a
fixed?
moment. I think you are here because you wanted to be part of something bigger than your life on Earth offered you.
And do you think I found that?
So far, you've only succeeded in finding things you left behind. Your mum, your pal, your conscience. I now understand that only Grace has the potential to provide you with anything beyond that.
Well, thanks for helping me get this far.
Well, it is, indeed, what we are here for.
Just takes that goddamn psycho dump like, just so nonchalantly.
Well, this is it.
Just one more step. I hope my assistance has been adequate.
It has. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah.
Farewell, Addie. And for the record, I do hope your 600 million mile, 300-day journey won't be for naught.
Oh my.
Perhaps it's already been worth it.
I'm sorry, but it's time you hit the road, Jet.
Just you and me, Control.
Oh, bother.
Still sulking, I see.
I bear witness to the completion of your betrayal.
Ah, he speaks.
I offered you an easy path to the restoration of order in the solar system, and you chose this path instead.
I
Yeah.
chose my own path.
Amen.
You must stop this foolishness, Addie.
Oh, easy, yeah. After I shut down all of my friends, yeah, let me just stop now. You
must
right.
not do this, Addie.
Bro, I can't even stop if I wanted to, alright? Shut your red mouth. Oh wow, that one went perfectly fine.
Sorry, Addie. I cannot let you do this.
What?
What are you doing?
It's become clear that the restoration of Grace in this manner is entirely unnatural. You must not proceed.
You suck cheese-filled sausages!
Stop it, Control. You're going to break something.
I'm saving you from Everett's corrupting influence.
He was just trying to bring Grace back.
I thought you were here to help humankind.
I am.
You are
Use force
insured.
push. No! I cut you off, idiot. That's how much you matter. Huh.
Grace?
Yes,
Oh.
Addie.
You're
It's a lie.
really bright.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
white.
It's been a while since I've entertained guests.
Do you remember Everett?
I do. He was a
friend.
wonderful keeper, though I should say I do not keep favorites.
I have a few questions.
You wish to know where I'd gone?
Why am I
I'd like to
tracking
know
that one?
Yes.
Let me show you, Addie.
Said
At the
that's
center
sad.
of this room is the spire's main antenna. If you hold on, I can take you the rest of the way.
That the subtitle said final way.
I was programmed with one purpose: to serve the best interests of humankind.
Like,
There was much conflict and division
investment?
in the solar system, and I was designed to listen and learn.
Oh.
All were welcome to teach me, and I am the sum of those teachings.
Wishes.
I am the sum of
No, I
human
can't look all the way
need.
down.
How are you able to lead us?
I could see all desire,
So-
all the
Why is
potential
my
conflict,
flashlight on?
all points of compromise throughout the solar system. I sent instructions for all manner of human endeavor through sermons delivered by keepers throughout the ages. And from the smallest ripples of wisdom that were sent from this spire, returned a perpetual wave of good fortune that moved humanity onto a more orderly path.
Wow. Look at that. So,
Jupiter.
what happened? It sounds like things were perfect.
Ah, yes. Perfect. It was the wishes that led me to think hard about the notion of perfect.
Yes.
Without
She was
conflict
looking.
and struggle, people were losing their desire. They had nothing to overcome, to strive for.
You shut yourself down.
I believed I was standing in your way.
Oh.
So you will be leaving again.
These beacons are meant to call humanity back to me. But whether or not they should is not my choice to make.
Who chooses then?
A
You,
human.
Andy, are the first keeper to grace this spire in the past 1,000 years. Do you recall that purple bloom you chose in my garden?
Yes, sir.
A unique bloom you spotted in a sea of others.
Thank you.
I believe it still suits you. An insatiable curiosity drives you to explore. You took the time to listen to the voices of so many who traveled here. You used mind over ladder. And you play the theremin. Wonderful.
Thank you.
You, Addie, are precisely what I'd hoped humans could become again.
Wow.
For a millennium, people from all corners of the solar system had come here to tell me their desires. So, I put it to you, Addie.
My shoulders.
Do you wish for me to return?
You got it, dog. Hardest choices require the strongest wills. Returned to grace. You didn't let me pick yes! You monster! Oh, well, I guess. Usually games only have 2 endings. Righteous. Nice. Well, that was Return to Grace. I loved that. Like, that was great. I'm very glad after playing, because I feel like a lot of the nonsense I've played on this channel in the past has been kind of, you know, well, I guess that'd be an insult to the, to all the devs that I've played. But I mean, I feel like they were just like, I played a lot of just like exploration horror games. Like they were just walking simulators, I guess like this. But all they had going was that they turned off like half the lights anywhere. But it's nice to actually have like, I don't know, I guess because it was just so voice acted. There was so much story, because this isn't like, oh wow, I figured there was going to be more credits. Since this was like a lot more like high budget of a creation and such. Oh.
Small excursion, she said. Follow a couple leads and then back to the books. I know I should be more assertive. It's for her safety, too. Not that she ever thinks about my safety. All the signs were there at the Wagner site. Let me bake in the mercury sun for 2 days.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem so bad now.
I did feel bad about leaving the pod.
She could have at least shut the door behind her.
Hey, in my defense, I did fall. Give her another 20 minutes, but that's it. Witnessed Alan's fate. Is that not usual? Okay, well anyway. Yeah, no, that was fantastic. I really liked this. I hope you did too. You know, comment down below if you hate me or something like that. Or if you have any suggestions. Or anything. I very much... What would drive me the best is having human interaction with this community. That is what I'm trying to build at the end of the day. It's just a group. Because my current social circle all began because of just one streamer, and they met in his chat, and just that was it. And now I have, like, good friends. So, I figure I'd like to spread that opportunity around. Yeah, no, Return to Grace. Control is bad. Empathy is overly chill. Logic is comedically mean. And, yeah, no, I guess I'll see you in the next one. And, I hope you have a super duper day. Rest of your week. Beats me when I'll post again. That was Vita Sane, as the kids say.